X-Men 97 Season 2 is here, Bob. Feral Wolverine is ready to hunt, like everyone hunting for the perfect Wolverine figure. So I tested 30 of them, from Marvel Legends, SH Figuarts to MAFEX, to find the one that's actually worth it. And surprisingly, some Marvel Legends still beat the expensive imports. I thought this was going to be easy, but one of these almost took the top spot. I'm not even a Wolverine collector, but somehow I ended up with 30 of them. And it's the same every cycle. A new figure gets announced, people start talking, and I start thinking, don't want to miss the best new Wolverine. This isn't just a collection anymore. This is me trying to justify my bad decisions to you and my wife. Before starting my unstoppable top 10 Wolverine action figures ever, these are the Wolverines you can probably skip. Let's start with what I call Wolverine Hostage 2 packs. You didn't buy this for Wolverine, you bought them for the other character. The Lady Mandarin 2 pack. Wolverine is just there. Brood Wolverine and Lilandra. You're basically paying extra for Lilandra. The Patch and Joe Fix-It. Honestly, Joe Fix-It might be the one holding Wolverine as a hostage. It could go either way. Cowboy Logan and Sabretooth. This is how you exactly end up with 30 Wolverines. And then there's the 5-pack problem. You wanted only 3 figures? You got 5. The World War II Logan. Looks cool, but where does this even go? Unless you're building a G.I. Joe crossover, this just sits there. The House of X Wolverine. This was exciting when House of X was hot in the comic books. Now it just feels like a budget brown Wolverine with a creepy smile. One good thing, but not enough. The X-Men 275 Wolverine. This actually has one of the best unmasked Logan heads. But the figure itself? Terrible outdated claws. And it only matters if you're building the exact Uncanny X-Men 275 Strike Force team. The X-Baby Wolverine from the Mojo World box set. And yes, he counts. I don't make the rules. A lot of Wolverines you can skip. But before we get into the heavy hitters, I had a certain Southern Belle stop by to tell you exactly whose channel you wandered into.
Well, hey there, sugar. This here is Lenore Zan, aka Rogue of the X-Men. And you know, you are watching some truly unstoppable X-Men content by my pal, Drew, aka Tuggernaut Collectibles.
I'm comparing Marvel Legends to imports because if we're hunting for the definitive Wolverine, everything's on the table. Number 10, the astonishing X-Men Wolverine 2024. The best articulated Marvel Legends Wolverine in my collection. Just like Spider-Man, he has a ball-jointed mid-torso combined with a waist swivel, and an ab crunch hidden behind the belt. It's unfortunate that we cannot maximize that ab crunch because of that belt, but I do hope this becomes the future base body for Wolverine figures. The main reason he's at the bottom is the head sculpt. They're not bad. They're accurate to the art of the late great John Cassaday. But they're just not the best for me. And I don't have a strong nostalgia connection either. When Astonishing X-Men came out, I had already stopped reading comic books. Well, I will come clean. This is not my preferred Wolverine costume too. But if you're looking for a post-90s tiger stripe yellow costume Wolverine, this easily is my top pick. At number 9, the Weapon of Vengeance, Wolverine 2024. I'm finally giving this Ghost Rider X Wolverine a nod. This look is so unique and so cool that it even got a bootleg version. I really like the brown costume paint, even if it still uses the old Wolverine body mold. But the flaming head sculpt and burning claws completely carried this figure. At number 8 is one of the older Marvel Legends Hugh Jackman action figures from the 20th anniversary Fox X-Men wave. There are better Hugh Jackman head sculpts now, but this was the first time Hasbro really nailed the likeness. The screaming head isn't that great, but the calm stoic expression, That's Hugh Jackman. Without the claws, this figure can actually be just a casual Hugh Jackman figure. When you add the claws, now it's clearly Wolverine. And these are some of the best Hasbro claws we've gotten and are still in use now. For me, this figure basically started Hasbro's push toward a more premium head sculpt in the 6-inch scale. At number 7, the 2019 Hasbro Marvel Legends X-Force Wolverine. This is the first Wolverine figure I ever bought. No extra accessories, just Wendigo's head, but this one changed the game for me. The claws are thick, sharp, and sturdy, not like the older flimsy ones that bends or falls off. This is what Deadpool describes as the forks for hands Wolverine in the movie Deadpool and Wolverine. And honestly, this figure sets the benchmark for what Marvel Legends Wolverine claws should be. At number 6 from the blockbuster movie Deadpool and Wolverine, the SH Figuarts Yellow Wolverine. I was truly blown away when I first saw the promo images of this SH Figuarts Wolverine. In 2025, I visited the Tamashii Nation store in Tokyo, Japan. I saw a clean, modern movie Wolverine in person with incredible sculpted details that look like a blast to pose. I regret not buying it sooner, but when I found him at a good price later, I had to snag him. One downside is it doesn't have an unmasked Hugh Jackman head, but the mask head sculpts here are insane. The realism, the paint, the sculpt, it easily beats most Marvel Legends MCU Wolverines. You also get expressive open hands with claws out, something Marvel Legends rarely includes. For under $40, this is insane value. At number 5, Age of Apocalypse MAFEX Weapon X 2025. I was told multiple times it's unfair to compare Marvel Legends to MAFEX, but after owning both, I had to. The Legends version felt underwhelming. I got him in order to build Sugarman. Years later, Medicom Toy made this the definitive Age of Apocalypse Weapon X. 3 head sculpts straight out of the comic books, amazing details. The MAFEX Weapon X makes the Marvel Legends version feel way more basic by comparison. For AOA fans, this is the Weapon X you should have. Now from this point on, these are the Wolverines I would actually recommend, the Mount Rushmore of Wolverine action figures. Berserker barraging his way to number 4 is the Marvel Legends Gamerverse Wolverine from 2025. A lot of collectors consider this the best figure of 2025. It became essential that I make sure to include him in my top 10 figures of 2025. This is the best Marvel vs. Capcom 2 Wolverine we've ever gotten. Some are even saying the upcoming SH Figuarts version won't beat this. He's taller because in the game he scales with Ryu. Although game accurate is the reason why he doesn't rank higher, he's not the classic Wolverine size. Hasbro also held back on engineering here. There's no double jointed elbows and barely any range on that butterfly joint. For a character like Logan, that's quite essential. However, they clearly shifted the budget into the box. Hasbro didn't pull any punches with the accessories for this Gamerverse Wolverine. You get 2 massive slashing effects that combine into a giant X. And the biggest accessory of them all, Silver Samurai. In the comments below, let me know, does the best ever Gamerverse Wolverine deserve to be ranked outside of the top 3? Or am I just being biased because of the weak butterfly joints and single jointed elbow? He might be old, but that won't stop him from slashing his way to number 3. The Mezco 112 Collective Old Man Logan. This is my first real premium Wolverine action figure, and I got it at a crazy discount. 6 years later, it still holds up. The leather jacket is still in great condition because I kept it in the box. With cloth goods, Baby Hulk, and amazing presents, this is the perfect Old Man Logan for me. And unlike the Mezco superhero suits, a casual outfit in a Mezco figure allows natural movement compared to Marvel Legends plastic. This was so good, I sold my Marvel Legends version immediately. This is the only old man Logan I need. At number 2, and before you start rage typing, just hear me out. I tried replacing this MAFEX brown costume Wolverine. Secret Wars Wolverine? Not it. The recent 2025 X-Men 97 2-pack with Storm? Still doesn't do it. This MAFEX version still wins. The sculpt, the articulation, the colors, it's still unmatched. The Mark Silvestri style mask, the sharp fins, the curved claws, it all just works. Even now, this is still my top brown costume Wolverine ever. Finally, we've reached the mountaintop. At number 1, the Hasbro Marvel Universe 3.75-inch Wolverine with a 16-inch Sentinel accessory. That's a bit unfair. Hard to beat a figure with a large Sentinel. Is it the MAFEX Tiger Stripe Wolverine? Also no, the design is questionable. The claws are way too long. So here's the real number 1. Jim Lee defined the most iconic Wolverine look in pop culture, and that look is the yellow tiger stripe Wolverine. Number 1, the Hasbro Marvel Legends X-Men 97 Wolverine 2023. Why this one, not an import figure? Because it's simple, it just works. It's pure nostalgia. It's a perfect homage to the Toy Biz era. At first, I even joke about the blue underwear, but now it just feels right. The claws are perfect for the animated series look. The posing still works even without premium articulation. And unlike Mezco or imports, this prioritizes mobility where it matters. Back when it first came out, it was affordable and easily recognizable. A Wolverine that fits both comic book and animated series display. My old go-to was the Love Triangle Wolverine, but this X-Men 97 replaced it. The Love Triangle still has those bone claws which are unique. And with X-Men 97 Feral Wolverine, that might become relevant again. But overall, this one still wins, even against impressive imports. The X-Men 97 Legends Wolverine is the one I actually find myself picking up and posing regularly. It's fun, and at the end of the day, isn't that why we buy these? So that's my top 10. Out of the 30 Wolverine action figures in my collection, did I get number 1 right? Or was I crazy to leave the others out? Also, if there's a Wolverine I'm missing that belongs in this top 10, let me know in the comments below. And while you're typing, here is a quick look of my full Wolverine action figure collection. Over 30 figures deep across Marvel Legends, MAFEX, and SH Figuarts. Since I have 30 of them, I reviewed quite a few. Check out the playlist in the top right corner of your screen. Thank you for watching. If you found this top 10 helpful and even entertaining, hope you can hit that hype button. And while you're there, click the like button, subscribe to my channel, and share this with our fellow collectors. I hope to see you in the next one.